Torch any specific order on which one to go over first? That's what I was like. I just got it's a little standard pen, nothing special. I just got it's a little standard pen, nothing special. I just got it's a little standard pen. Gotcha. Yeah, so what I just got down is like kind of like the top 10 and the college football recap with like kind of like the talk of the town being college, man. What the tougher name got there? Mm. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of Twitter either. It's probably just because it's like a newer account or something. Uh, gotcha. Does Matt have a Discord link like in alright. So I just saw that he's coming on later, so I just want to make sure. So when he's on, what's kind of like the topic of interest around that? Okay. Uh, Pretty uh, for the oh, so, you know, I mean, it's definitely kind of like phasing out the last like year, Yeah. I mean, Packers still have a strong run game, Nice, last year performance by Christian Watson, who's a beast. Defense looking pretty good. Obviously, Jair Alexander leading the charge. I mean, it can't be really that bad. I mean, they got a good young core, which is nice. I mean, should we go over any like trends? like big trades that happened recently? I don't know. I'm just kind of just trying to see if there's is any like this week or anything. Mm, yeah, that's it. Okay. I just want to double check. Look at that. Mm-mm. Yeah. How about? Yeah, because I mean college football like the yeah like crazy week. Um, I have just like a five list with like a honorable mention. That's kind of what I got right now. So we'll see.
Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. Now people can hear me.
There we go.
Oh, I wrote all this stuff down. Where is it? Oh, the top top 100 list too. If you can pull it up.
Yep, I got that list up as well.
Okay.
That list up. They got the full list, which is nice.
You got ESPN's or the
I got
NFL?
sharp football. I got sharp football analysis. It goes from 100 to number one.
Okay.
Just the full list, yeah. Just names, no pictures or anything. Mm-mm-mm. It's got the guys who were just like right outside the 100.
All right. Can I find this setting?
It's a lot of, just big scoring games for one side of the, one team this weekend, college.
Oh yeah, it's week one, dude. So everyone's playing like these cupcakes
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Yeah, these cupcakes. It's just because they want to get, some of that ticket money. That's
And
pretty much.
and and that's no disrespect to like Colgate or Middle Tennessee or anything like that, but I
Yeah,
mean
compared to
they're making a lot of money just to play like the Alabamas, the Georgias, the whoever.
yeah,
There's only like a few schools to play like other bigger schools. Rutgers played Northwestern yesterday, 24-7. Let's go. As a Rutgers fan, that's a good day. But Northwestern's they fired their coach because of the Pat Fitzgerald hazing scandal. So who knows? And then who else played? LSU and FSU played last night.
yeah, yeah. FSU won that game.
Yeah, Jordan Travis looked good.
Yep, okay.
The quarterback for Florida State looked real good.
Yep, yep. I got my Heisman list.
Oh, is he? Jaden Daniels was on mine, like preseason.
I didn't have him on mine. I didn't have him on mine.
No,
I was kind
preseason. So like before they played,
Oh,
and
okay, okay.
I mean he'll still end up on the list eventually, but
Oh yeah, no, for
he's
sure,
too
for sure.
good. He's too good. But maybe Florida State's for real this year. Maybe they sneak into the playoffs
Possibly, possibly.
because it's the last year of the 14 playoffs.
Yep. Dude,
What teams do you think make the college playoffs this year?
uh, I don't know. I mean, looking at kind of like the game that everyone's talking about, the Colorado versus TCU game. I would Prime's debut stuff, their dog and stuff. I don't know. Colorado does look like a good team. I could see Prime kind of leading the charge. Trying to get him in the playoffs. I could totally see that. TCU probably go back. They had a, it was a close game. 45-42. I mean, went down to the last.
So wait, you're saying Colorado to college football playoffs?
I mean, they looked really good against TCU.
Okay. Hold on.
I'm just they looked
So
good.
so
They looked
so so
really good.
it's it, it's it's still only four teams making the playoffs this year. Next year, like I would put Colorado in, but this year you're gonna put them over. I don't know
Listen, I'm just saying,
Alabama.
I don't have them like a for sure pick, right? They're not like a for. I'm just saying like they could like potentially like sneak their way. Like just it's like a small chance. I'm just saying like they have a chance though. You know, it's not like impossible for them not to. Because like I said, they looked
No, no,
really
no,
good
no, no,
against
no.
you.
It is impossible.
It's not
They're
impossible.
they're
You
not
only got one
so
place.
so. Check this out. Check this out. I love what Coach Sanders, Coach Prime is doing in Colorado. I think the unconventional way he took to rebuild that roster is the one he needed to take. Right. I mean, they were the worst team in all of college football last year. But with that being said, I don't see a path for them to win the now Pac 2 after this year. I don't even see them winning the Pac 12. No offense, because you got USC with Caleb Williams and
Yeah.
Lincoln Riley.
Uh, but
UCLA with that freshman quarterback Dante Moore, the 5 star out of where's he from? Detroit, I think Detroit, Michigan. He looked phenomenal. If he starts every game for them, they have a good shot. Utah destroyed, and I mean destroyed Florida.
yeah, I mean, you got QB, Jalen Miller kind of had a nice little game. He had 5 total touchdowns. I mean, passing, 2 rushing, kind of shows,
Okay, okay,
mobility.
but
Like,
you're not gonna sell me on Colorado making the playoffs. And I like listen,
listen. I'm just saying
and they
that
got two of the best Heisman player like hopefuls on their roster. And Travis, is it Travis Hunter or Travis Sanders?
Travis Hunter,
Yeah, Travis
Travis,
Hunter
and
and
Shadur.
Shador Sanders.
Yep.
Shador Sanders looks like a first round pick.
Oh, yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm just saying that game that went against TCU, I feel like it's gonna attract just like more, players to want to go and play under Coach Prime.
Oh, I agree. I agree. But so Coach
And I
Prime,
bet it's gonna help build their roster, which is gonna, help them. I mean, like I said, like I know you're saying like, yeah, it's gonna be pretty tough. I know you're saying it's impossible for them to make the, playoffs this
I
year,
mean,
but
nothing's
I'm just
impossible.
saying
Nothing is impossible.
I have that small sliver of hope. Because I mean, I'd love to see what they would do against, the Alabamas, the Georgias, and whatnot. Because that would just be. Because I mean, they showed up against TCU, so I mean, I just love to see what they,
Yeah,
would put up
but
in place.
so
Those are the big
TCU's roster has what 3 returning starters from the championship thing.
Yeah, no, they lost a lot of
On
their guys.
offense, is it just on offense or was it the entire team? It was only 3 returning starters, and they were 17th ranked, right?
Might have been.
So who played quarterback for TCU? I mean, he looked good though. The quarterback did for TCU. At times, he also had his moments, but yeah, no, I. You're not telling me Colorado's gonna make it in over the Trojans or
Gotta have a little bit of hope, man.
no, not gonna happen. Listen. When Matt gets here, we can ask him, but there's no way, dude. No way.
I mean, they're I'm looking at the box score right now. Their running back, Amani Bailey. He was 14 for 164.
Oh, who?
Unfortunately, Trey Sanders vultured off 3 touchdowns,
Oh,
but
you're talking about for TCU? Yeah, Trey Sanders was good,
yeah,
but Trey Sanders. I remember when Coach Prime left Jackson State, like that week he left Jackson State to go to Colorado. Trey Sanders told Coach Prime to come get him. Coach Prime didn't get him.
yeah. I remember hearing something about
Coach
that.
Prime said, "Go somewhere else. I don't want you because I got Dylan Edwards."
Yeah.
You know,
The
no disrespect to Trey Sanders. He was phenomenal this week with the 3 touchdowns, and he looks like a very very good like prototypical
running back.
Alabama because that's where he transferred from. Alabama running back who's going to do pretty well. He's going to do good enough in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean Alabama, right? They always have good running backs and shit. So,
Yeah. So, but Alabama running backs have never really been the best running backs in the NFL
but they've always kind of, been
typically,
like high picks
but
going in.
they have a long career in the NFL. Look at Mark Ingram. Who else came out of there? Derrick Henry. I mean, he's arguably the top 5 back in the NFL still. Najee Harris. Oh, Jameer Gibbs just came from there too, right? The first round pick to the Lions.
I believe so, yeah. Um,
He's
let's
just
see.
kind of back to what Alabama was used to having, though.
Sean Alexander, you know,
He
he
went to
came.
Alabama.
He came. He went to Alabama. He went to Alabama. Yeah,
I
went to
remember. I
Alabama.
remember watching. Because you're a Seahawks fan, so you'll appreciate this. I remember watching Sean Alexander's like historical touchdown run that year,
Oh,
and I was actually rooting for him to get it. It hurt my soul because I'm a Niners fan, and he's a Seahawk for life. But after that
I
year,
think he
though,
actually played 1 year for Washington. Unfortunately,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, not unfortunately,
it's whatever.
he played for the old Washington Redskins. I think they're gonna change their name again.
Yeah, I think they do because Commanders some licensing issue or something with
No,
that.
no, no. Who is it? And Magic Johnson's been won that, right? Or did no, 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 or did someone else win that? Who
I think it was Magic.
who now owns the Redskins? I'm pretty sure I know this, or at least I should know this. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Hold on.
I got the name right now. If you want me to tell you,
Oh yeah, go ahead, tell me. I know it's a group,
uh,
but like who's in
Josh
the group?
Josh Harris
Oh,
owns
he
it
owns
right now.
the he
He's
owns
an
the
investor.
Sixers, right? He owns the Sixers as well.
Uh,
Like I'm almost 100% sure he owns the Sixers.
yeah, he
Who is
does.
that?
He does. Inherits. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Maybe.
they bought it from the guy, the Fanatics guy. Dude, I'll remember this guy's name. He hangs out with Meek Mill a lot. He did a lot to help get him out of prison and whatnot, and keep him out of prison uh, during that whole thing. I remember watching like interviews about it and whatnot, because that whole thing was weird. But yeah, so I think they're going to petition after this year to change the name again. They have to wait a whole year before they can change the name, and then I think they're going to try to change it back to the Redskins.
Yeah, no, I saw some petitions going out about that. Everyone wants that, and like the name's like trending and stuff. I mean,
Well, so
oh, that's what.
so the last straw to changing their name from the Redskins was actually FedEx.
Really?
FedEx said either change your name or we're gonna pull our
For like
sponsorship deal for the
sponsor.
stadium
Yeah.
because
Okay.
they went from it's FedEx Field now, but they were gonna get rid of it. Hey, what's
Uh,
it's not CenturyLink Field no more up in Seattle. What is it now?
Lumen
What
Field.
the hell's a Lumen?
I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure off the top of my head. I know CenturyLink, there was some like I think it was like hearing or something, but I think
Have you ever
Lumen.
been to CenturyLink Field?
Huh?
Have you ever been to CenturyLink Field?
No, I want to though. Or I mean,
You
I
want
don't really like travel too much by plane because I don't like heights or anything. I just don't like planes.
okay, okay.
So if I really went to like a Seahawks game, I end up having to like drive up there and stuff from like Chicago and stuff. So that's quite a ways away. But
I've done that trip
nah,
before.
huh?
I've driven from Seattle to New York and back like 4 times.
Hmm, that's what's up. Got no problem.
Oh no, I do. I do. It sucks. It sucks. But yeah. So I've been to CenturyLink, right? When it was like CenturyLink, and I've been there when they were playing the Niners. Um,
Oh,
it's the
yeah.
worst. It's the worst. Like the atmosphere is great if you're a Seahawks fan.
Yeah.
I
Bring the
remember
two
because I did this when I was in the army. So like when they played in what the NFC Championship a couple times, right? The Niners Seahawks.
Yeah, we met in championship
What year
game
was that?
quite
Was
a
it
few times.
2015 or 14? 2015.
We, let's see, well,
Or was it 13?
it was it was 14. We beat you guys and played the Broncos in 48. We
Okay.
beat the Packers in the next
Yeah,
years.
okay,
We
okay.
lost.
So, yeah, 2014, right? I was going home for, uh, where was I going? I was probably going on some training exercise or whatnot. So I'm in the airport, and you Seahawks fans are despicable. despicable.
You know.
Like I don't mean all Seahawks fans, right? Because I met some cool ones, but the guy I played 2K with, his name's Jesse. He's a Seahawks fan too. No, I take that back. Jesse's a despicable fan. I take that back 100%. He's a fucking terrible fan. Um, but you guys were spitting on people with Niners jerseys in the airport
Oh,
after the game.
as foul. That is
Yeah,
foul.
it's awful. It's awful.
Were you one of the unlucky few?
No. See, I was not in any 49er gear because I had to.
He made sure to strip that shit off before he
No,
got to the airport.
not even all that. It's because I was at work. I was going on a work trip, so
Gotcha.
we had to look somewhat professional. You know,
Gotcha. Gotcha.
who's this? Oh, that's Matt. Matt's early, but that's okay.
We'll just dive right into it now.
He's got to unmute himself and everything, but it's all good. Hey, so you never told me who's on your Heisman list.
Yeah, I gotta pull that up real quick. Yeah, so I mean, number one is just kind of like the safe pick. I mean, I got Caleb Williams. Can't really go
Oh, your
wrong
Heisman
with
pick?
that.
Okay. It's not on mine.
Yeah, I think he could, possibly
He's not
go
on
back
my.
to that again.
He's not number one on my Heisman list currently, but I can see why you chose him.
I mean, it's a safe bet. Plus, I totally think he can go back and win it again, for sure.
All right,
Hey, what's
Chris,
up?
I gotta ask, why is Caleb Williams not number one? He's the clear number one.
Because people had better games than he did. The Heisman list is currently it's a week one list. It's a
It's
one
too
game
early.
performance. You want to know who has the best performance
I don't know, man. I
of the
mean,
week?
319 pass yards, 5 touchdowns, 18 for 24.
18 for 24. 18 for 24. Right? Who they play? Yeah, exactly. They played nobody.
Hey, well,
Yeah, but
most
it's week
everybody
one.
played nobody.
Nobody plays anybody.
Bullshit.
I mean, Oklahoma won what, 73-0?
Listen, we already
You
talked
can't
about
give
this.
them credit for that game.
Matt, you're coming into the slate. We already talked about the cupcakes. Okay. Some people did play real opponents. Colorado beat TCU. Rutgers beat Northwestern. Northwestern's on the outskirts of being a cupcake currently. Utah destroyed Florida. Florida State beat LSU. Washington beat Boise State. Really, I mean Boise State's a Mountain West school, but they are historically good every year. So don't tell me that no one played nobody. But yes, week one, Caleb Williams is not number one on the Heisman list. Week one. Preseason favorite, yes. Will he probably end up winning? Most likely. But for week one, it is either Travis Hunter, because the dude played 120 fucking snaps, had 7 catches, 120 yards, and an interception. Uh,
Pretty fucking insane.
okay, gave up 3 pass deflections, three or four tackles. Dude was all over the field, right? And then if you want to get technical, like everyone knows the Heisman's a quarterback award now. It's no one else is getting it unless you have like 3,000 yards as a running back. Shador Sanders had the best game all
Yeah, that's
weekend.
that.
So
Yeah, like 500 some passing range.
510 yards,
Yep,
80% completion
touchdown.
percentage.
Yep,
So and like the passes he missed on, they were like I mean one was underthrown, one was, but everything else was dropped. So yeah, Shador Sanders and Travis Hunter deserves to be higher on the list than Caleb Williams. And that's no disrespect to Caleb Williams because he's going to be the number one pick in the NFL draft, probably to the Arizona Cardinals, and then Kyler Murray is getting shipped off somewhere else. But so yeah, But I mean, Caleb Williams is good. Okay, finish your list because that's your number one.
Uh, let's see. All right, so at two we got Shadur Sanders. All
Okay,
right,
okay, that
you
makes
found
sense.
that? You found that one?
Yeah, I'm okay
All
with that
right,
one.
and at three, Travis Hunter.
Makes
All right,
sense.
I mean 144 snaps. He was literally playing both sides of the ball. Pretty crazy. Um, four, uh, put a Quinn Ewers.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Played a pretty good game. And then at five, Florida State, Jordan Travis. Just kind of happens.
Okay, okay. So I mean, I like your list, right? Because that's pretty much everyone who's on mine. Jordan Travis is number two on mine though, because he beat
Okay.
LSU. Travis Hunter is number one only because he did more on the
Yeah,
he had the biggest impact. I think
yeah, biggest
um,
impact for sure. 104% is crazy.
he won't be able to have that impact every week. He's gonna get tired throughout the season, no questions.
For sure, for sure.
Um, I had Jordan
I
Travis.
mean, that's not far out though. If you look at him and Heisman candidates, because the last person to ever play kind of both sides of the ball that did it well did win the Heisman. So,
Yes,
in
but
Charles Woodson.
Charles Woodson played fewer snaps than he did.
Well,
No,
yeah,
let's come
obviously
on.
he trickled down on offense. He didn't actually play offense.
And Charles Woodson was returning kicks. So
Yeah, but as much as
Travis Hunter was
uh,
not returning kicks.
Travis Hunter's playing, no, but as much as he's playing offense and defense, you can't expect him to do all three.
Yeah, I mean I agree with you. I'm not saying you guys are wrong with your picks, but so I still have Jaden Daniels on my top five list. Right,
Yeah.
I think he played at Florida State. He played good. His team just Brian Kelly's a fucking choke artist. I said it and I meant it. That's why he never won at Notre Dame. So my list goes Travis Hunter, Jordan Travis, Shore Sanders, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels.
All right.
Which
Different
isn't
list.
awful. All right, Matt. So we're gonna tell you our top 10 teams, right? Well, I'm gonna let Mr. Legend Crazy over here, Kevin, go himself. Um,
Do you want to
let,
do our?
you want to do our? You just want to do our list, or you want to do your list first? Because I know our top tens merged and they created a
Yeah.
decent one, but I'm not happy with either one. Like the last three teams on there, I do not agree with for the most part, except for number 10. But
Okay, they kind of like get moved around a little bit.
but all right, man. I'm gonna tell you our this is our combined top 10. This isn't my top 10. This isn't his top 10. It's our combined top 10. Right at number 10, Matt, you're muted by the way, but when you're unmuted, say
Yeah,
your
no,
list.
okay.
All right. So at number 10, it's the Jets, only because
Eh.
their defense is top three. They have weapons everywhere, and Aaron Rodgers is there. Like I don't care what anyone says, Aaron Rodgers looks good.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch Hard
I
Knocks, I
watched
mean,
Hard Knocks. The dude looks good.
he looks good.
Yeah, to
Pretty
me,
good list.
everybody looks good in the offseason.
Nah, nah,
Last
nah.
year, Jared Goff
Whoa,
looked good.
whoa, whoa. Jared Goff looked good all season last season.
Yeah,
Don't
I
you
mean,
ever disrespect that?
yeah, he was
Beat
pretty
that man
fucking
up and
good the
disrespect.
lines.
You should have won
No,
the MVP.
Jared. When we get to my list, I'll tell you where I got the Lions, but and Jared Goff. But Jared Goff in the beginning, in the first half of the season, was throwing a pick coming out of every single halftime.
Uh,
He turned it around in the second half of the season.
he only threw 7 picks all season. Relax, sit down, shut up. Let me
Yeah,
finish this
they
list.
came in like the first 6 or 7 games in the season.
All right. So number 9 is the Ravens if they stay healthy. If they stay healthy.
Yeah, he's kind of banking on,
Health. You're banking on everyone not getting hurt.
yeah.
Number 8 is the Cowboys. I strongly disagree with this, just so we're clear. Strongly
Listen,
disagree.
the Cowboys always finesse their way onto the top 10 list. They always their way,
Number 7 is the Chargers. The star-studded. If they stay healthy, they're a good team, right? I don't think they beat the Chiefs, but they could potentially be the number one wild card team because they can't be the number two seed. So the number one wild card team out of the AFC. Number six is the Dolphins. If Tua stays healthy, they have the highest upside of every team in the NFL. If
They're
Tua
one of
stays
the
healthy,
best wide receiver
and
trio
they
or
have the
duos.
best wide receiver group. They have two number ones. Okay.
And I mean,
Oh,
you could do top five.
yeah. So not in the top five. I wrote down like I wrote it so fast it came out looking like the Bucks. It's actually the Bills is number five, but it came out looking like the Bucks. That would have been really
I
confusing
don't-
in my head.
the Bucks at five. What the?
All right, and I mean we disagreed on this, but we came out with Josh Allen's a better quarterback than Tua, so that's why the Bills are ahead of the Dolphins. All right,
Okay.
4 and 3 is like 3A, 3B. We had a long discussion about this, and the only thing we could come up with is Jalen Hurts is better than Brock Purdy. So it was the 49ers at 4, Eagles at 3. I personally have it vice versa, right? But
Yeah.
I can't argue the fact that Jalen Hurts is better than Brock Purdy. All right, number 2 is the Bengals. Joe Burrow, if he's healthy, second best quarterback in the NFL.
Good wide receiver trio as well, supporting him. So
Yeah, Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, the gang.
yep.
And then number 1 is clearly, the Super Bowl defending champs, Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelsey, Andy Reid, and my boy Isaiah Pacheco. He's the star player there, gang. Uh,
Yeah, I got him on my fantasy team this year, so he's going to lead me to a championship.
I got my fantasy draft today, so
oh, dude,
Ooh.
we did ours. Not this past Sunday, the Sunday before. Bro, let me tell you, man. If our fantasy drafts aren't the most stressful things of the entire year.
All right. There's some good, some bad.
There's a lot of bad.
I don't like the Jets on there at all.
You don't like the
I don't
Jets on
like the
there at all?
Jets. I don't like the Dolphins. No.
Okay.
You know why?
Yeah.
You want me to go tell you why, or you want me to go through my top 10?
So give me your top 10 first, so I can have
that's
like some
fair.
rebuttal information for when you come out hating on our list. That's
All
combined.
right.
It's a combined list. It's not like, hey, this is his list and this is my list, right? Because the Lions is in my top 10. It's not in his top 10.
And that's where we're going with. So 10, I have Dallas. Just for the fact of Dallas still has a dominant O line. They still have weapons. If Dak was any good, they'd probably be higher.
God, I'm so tired of this Dallas.
But I mean,
so
Dak's. All right. Number 9, I have the Lions.
Okay, I like the Lions.
Their only downside is the receiving core. Really, they have one of the best O lines. They got a great young D line. They drafted where they had issues and signed more free agents at defensive back. Like, I don't see where their holes are except wide receiver. And I mean, I can't blame the Lions.
Who do you not like in their?
Oh, what?
They have.
Who do you have after St. Brown?
They have like a
They have Khalif
Jameson
playing
Williams or
slot,
Marvin.
and he's good. Jameson Williams, he's out for 6 games.
You got Marvin Jones too. I mean, it's kind of an underrated
Marvin
start.
Jones is back in Detroit. He's older, but he's back in Detroit.
Yeah,
Think
Marvin Jones is like 33 years old. I mean, Marvin Jones is old. Yes, you have Khalif Raymond, but I mean, truly, is that your number 2? Yes, you could say Jameson Williams. Right now, Josh Reynolds is their number 2.
Yeah, and he did well last year.
Okay, he did okay. To me, that doesn't scream a great number 2. Look at other number 2s. He did well because he had to. There's not any true number 2 there.
Hold on. Who's the Chargers' number 2 receiver? Oh no, they have 3 number 1s. Hold on. That was a bad one. I take it back.
You're proving my point.
Take it back.
Wait, look at the Jets. Look at Philly. Look at the Bengals. Look at Dolphins. The Bengals, T. Higgins.
I said Bills.
Oh, Bills, Gabe Davis.
Come on now. I'd take Josh
I
Reynolds
don't
over
like
Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis only catches the deep ball. That's it.
I'm taking Gabe Davis. Yeah, he's 6. He's like a toned down Mike Evans. Toned down. Like he's 6'5" still. He's still
Gabe
fast. Is
Davis
he
is not
Stephon
six
Diggs?
foot five.
No, not by any means. But
Gabe
I
Davis
mean,
is not
come
six
on.
five.
If they had Jameson Williams and he had more than one career NFL catch,
Yeah, give
I
me
could listen.
6'2".
Eh,
I gotta look up Gabe Davis's height real quick.
He's 6'2".
Oh, he already got 6'5", Matt. Hey Matt, you can get somewhere either on Wi-Fi or off of Wi-Fi. Either one.
What was I gonna get through his top 10 list?
I know. He's talking to nobody right now though. Sorry for everyone who's watching this and not knowing what the hell he's saying right now. Matt, either go off Wi-Fi or go
Sorry,
on.
let's see if that works.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah, I just went off it. Let's see if that works.
All right, so number 9 is who was it? The Lions. All right, who's number 8?
Lines.
The Lions.
Who's 8?
8 is the Chargers.
All right, I can respect that. We had them at 7.
Yep. So yeah, it's close. Number 7, which I'm surprised he doesn't have, is Seattle. If Gino produces anything like he did last year,
We had a discussion about the Seahawks.
That's banking on that. That's banking
Uh,
on.
we
I
weren't.
mean, not being in the top 10 at all. Oh,
Yeah, he had some problems with the
This.
like. It's just, we don't know how good they're going to be this year. Gino had a good year last year, but how good is he going to be this year?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like
yeah,
right
but
out
they
of the
just
bunches, so like, kind of
but
hoping.
they doubled down on their weapons. Like they doubled down. They put
Okay.
another running back there that looks like a stud with Zach Charbonnet. Then they doubled down and stuck maybe would have been the top receiver in the draft. Like they got 2 7th-round rookies last year or something. They're starting at corner. They brought Bobby Wagner back, which I know Bobby's old, but Bobby also was still one of the top tacklers for his run stopping defense last year. So they're going to stop the run,
Okay. Okay.
which again, when it comes
Okay.
playoff time, it matters.
Are you ready for this now? I'm about to. I'm about
Hmm?
to. I'm about to destroy your entire argument for putting them in the top 5, in the top 10.
Okay.
Geno Smith.
Look at Gino last year.
Okay. Hold on. I'm the biggest Geno fan. All right, and we all
Oh,
know this. Okay. Well, Kevin, you don't know this. I'm a huge Geno fan. All right.
yes. He's a diehard fan when he got drafted.
Ken Walker can't stay healthy. Wasn't healthy at Michigan State every season either. Zach Charbonnet, we don't know how he's going to produce. Jackson Smith Najinga is already hurt. He's out for
Yeah,
a
but I
month.
mean, if you watch any of the preseason, we're probably gonna have Jake Bobo start wide receiver 3, and he was kind of like a stud in the preseason. Now, I know it's preseason, but like,
Okay.
he's
I
a
mean,
wide receiver
so
3
so
option.
so you mean
So
Jake Bobo who ran a 4.99 40-yard dash?
yeah, did you watch? If you watched any of the preseason, that man got open. That man got
Wait,
open.
wait, wait, wait.
You don't
So
need to be fast to get open, right?
Matt,
If
Matt,
you can
Matt.
just
no,
run the
This
quick
guy
routes.
made the NFL wide receiver. He made it as an NFL wide receiver with a 4.99 40-yard dash.
I know. Trust me, I know, and I know he was killing it, and I know Smith might be hurt. But
He's
if
throwing
we're
against
basing,
versus six string
if you're
guys.
if you're basing this off healthy, you have Baltimore in there, and you have a running back, Jake Dobbins, that never plays, Rashad Bateman that never plays, Lamar that's been hurt 2 years straight. Like
Listen.
you have the Ravens in there that's injury prone,
We
and
understand
to
this.
me, they have
The Ravens
Zach
also have
Charbonnet.
the Ravens have the higher upside when it comes to the two. The Seahawks will not make it out of the NFC, and the NFC's weak this year.
See, if you could get past the 49ers, I don't think they will. But
They can't
tell
get
me
past
why
the
they're not.
Lions.
Tell me why they're not the second or third best team in the NFC.
Okay. So we're gonna go. We're putting Eagles 1, right?
Oh,
Is that what I'm assuming? We're putting Eagles number 1.
Yeah, you're putting Philly to, or you're putting 49ers probably too. But
Yeah.
if they
Okay,
stop the
Lions are
run,
number 3.
if, based off what? They could be. They, they could be. Seattle has proven they can.
I don't think Tariq Woolen's have another 7 interceptions this year. I just don't see it.
He's gonna have 8. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah, hey, if he has 8, give that man $100 million deal, okay? He deserves to make more money than Trayvon Diggs right now because he does give
No,
up less
I
yards than
mean,
Trayvon Diggs.
I, I look at it this way.
I
You
mean,
know Seattle's going to run the ball and play run defense. Right now,
that's what they do.
I'm not sure if the Lions can stop the run yet. That's my only concern with the Lions on defense.
That's why they signed.
Really?
That's why they drafted Jack Campbell from Iowa.
Okay, one linebacker still isn't going to stop a D tackle, isn't stopping the whole line.
Hold on. And there's a trade about to go through for Patrick Queen from Baltimore.
When's that trade going through?
So it's been in talks for a while. All right, I've been seeing like sources have got it going. Have
They're
got
going
Coach
after
has got an insider. He's got an insider.
they're going after another receiver too. So which one they do, we'll see.
No, so
But
I think they're gonna go linebacker first because they want to. The Ravens are trying to move him because they just signed Roquan Smith to that huge ass deal.
I mean, to me, aren't the Ravens and Seattle kind of the same teams in opposite divisions? I mean, Ravens are in one of the toughest, if not the toughest division in the NFL.
Currently,
They're in one of the top ones.
yeah,
Not only they're not, you get 4 garbage wins with Seattle. They can beat the Rams twice and beat the Cardinals twice.
Stafford's back this year, man. I don't know
Oh,
how.
ready?
I don't
They
know
have Stafford, Cup, and Donald. Can you name anybody else?
on that roster. Yeah, Cam Akers.
They're starting okay. Can't stay healthy. They're starting 7th round and undrafted safeties.
Tyler Higbee.
Like the rest of that team, yeah, yeah, you're right. He's a superstar. No,
And fantasy he is.
I can say Jake Bobo too. Like whoa, like
No. We're not taking a guy who runs a 5 second 40-yard dash and saying he's gonna be a star. By the way, I really do hope he does fucking very, very well. By the way, I hope
I
Jake Bobo
just
does well. But
again with Seattle's team, Gino doesn't need to go out be a superstar. Gino needs to do exactly what he did. He's got 2 amazing receivers, the potential for a third, depending what happens
how old
when
is
he
Tyler
comes back
Lockett?
healthy. And 2 great running backs and a good run game. Like, where's the hole on offense?
Kevin,
Again, yes,
hold on.
Jackson is hurt.
How old is Tyler Lockett?
How old is Tyler? I think he's
33.
31. Oh, 33. Are you serious?
I thought he was 31, but even if he's 33, he's still putting up
He's
1,000-yard
30.
years.
He's 30, bro. What are you on about? 33. He
No,
aged him 3
he looks like he's about 45.
32. You know what? Tyler Lockett's also probably the top receiver at finding a way to not get hit. That dude literally will go down and is not fighting for extra yards. So that dude doesn't take many hits.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
That's going to be the next Jerry Rice and play until he's 45 years old and not
He's
knowing
just
when to
trying to
retire.
extend that career. He's just trying to extend that career.
So
That's about it.
I'm telling you, Seattle has the potential to be there. That's why they're, again, number 7 on my list.
All right, hurry up. Let's do 6.
The Jags.
Okay.
Trevor Lawrence takes a step forward. You add another running back. You got Calvin Ridley
Time
back.
to
That
come back.
offense is going to be. I mean, look at what they did against the Chargers. If you don't screw it up in the first half, it's a dominant blowout game.
So
They got a cakewalk schedule. As long as Trevor Lawrence, I think, is going to be in top 5 quarterback this year.
I don't disagree with the Jaguars. When we did this, we originally had the Jaguars in our top 10, and then we was like, oh, the Ravens, the Cowboys, the Jets. Um, I think they have all the pieces on offense.
You got
Now,
ETN come back too. So.
yeah, I don't know. And I don't know how Calvin Ridley is going to come back. Is ETN going to stay healthy?
Well,
I
if he
like him.
doesn't,
I
I
like him.
mean,
I like him at 7.
what what both teams
Mercedes.
did to me, Seattle and the Jags, injury prone running back. Let's go draft another one. That's what they did, both of them. And,
Who they draft? They running back. The Jaguars.
oh, Tank Bigsby,
Who?
Tank Bigsby, dude looks like a monster.
Dude, that's like saying Tank Dell's gonna be the best receiver in the fucking NFL after he looked good for the fucking Houston Texans against Houston Texans.
I didn't say that. He's still going to be a number two back, but again, he looks good.
All right, go ahead. Next.
All right, Chris's favorite 49ers at 5.
5? The
Yep,
disrespect for the best roster in the NFL.
except quarterback.
Okay. Outside of quarterback, but they're still best roster in the NFL.
Fine. Outside the most important position out there.
Hey, listen,
That's an issue.
listen. I think we got one. Okay, I think we got a guy.
And if he does, well, as your Geno argument, if he does something this year on top of it, then I'll change my mind. But until he does, plus you have two good receivers. There's a few teams with better receivers,
I'm not disagreeing with that.
and they're also higher on my list.
I'm not disagreeing with that. We have
But besides that, yeah, no, top defense. If Brock Purdy's really your biggest question mark, I wouldn't say you have a big, tall threat at receiver. You could probably use one, but that's it. I mean, Kittle kind of is your
we
big,
have,
tall threat.
no, we have Juwan Jennings. He's our number 3. He's 6'4".
Has he done anything yet?
Yeah, he plays. He gets first downs after first down after first down when we need it on third down.
See, I don't
He's
see
not.
him doing much, but I also don't watch the 49ers that much.
He's not going to be a guy who gets 60 receptions a year. He's going to get you 45 big receptions.
And I'm thinking you need a red zone target. Again, right now, Kittle is your red zone target. If
Our red zone target is Christian
you
McCaffrey.
yeah, again, another 5'5" receiver that can do it all and is tiny and shifty.
Five,
Again,
5'10", 5'10". Don't disrespect C-Mac like that, okay? Jeez, the disrespect.
Yeah,
5'10" in
you
the NFL
you
is
had
like being 5'5".
older, so
But all right,
All right,
so
fuck your bullshit ass
at
list.
four, at 4, I got the Bills.
Okay,
Uh,
that's fine.
it depends. Could fall farther down. It depends. I think they're the third top team in the AFC. Just we'll see. If Josh Allen keeps struggling, then they'll keep falling.
Oh,
That's
okay.
simple.
So that means what's remaining in your top 3 is the Eagles, Bengals, and Chiefs.
Eagles, Bengals, Chiefs. Yep.
In that order?
No, I got Chiefs, Eagles, Bengals. So Bengals are 3 only because they have an issue at O line. Yes, they have a better quarterback. Do I
Oh,
think the receiver duo is better? Probably, but again, they struggle on offensive line, and Joe Burrow just makes up for the fact that his O line sucks. And if Mixon gets suspended, you have nobody behind him.
I agree with the Mixon thing. All right, Kevin, how do you think?
But
How do you feel about this
I
list?
got I got 2 at Philly. I mean, top to down, probably the number 2 defense in the NFL. They're
3.
definitely better than Bengals defense.
Number 4
Uh,
defense. 4 defense. The Eagles.
what?
The Eagles are the number 4 defense in the NFL.
I think this year they can jump up to number 2. Then I mean, Jalen
No,
Carter looks
no.
like a beast.
I don't see them having a better defense than the 49ers. That defense is always just
So if we're talking strictly defensive units, it's gonna go Niners at 1, only because top to bottom they're the best. You know,
Yeah,
the Jets, they're top to bottom they're better than the Eagles. The Eagles have bigger, they have better run stuffers. I think you gotta get after the passer. The the Jets do that better, and they have Sauce Gardner, who's arguably the top corner in the NFL right now, arguably. And then I'm gonna go with the Seahawks, top to bottom as well, and then the Eagles.
Wait. So you got Seattle top three defense in the
Yes, you
NFL,
guys
and
have
yet you don't have you with
I don't know.
Geno. You don't have that whole team in the top 10.
No, no. So when we did our top tens, well, I told you we had different top tens. Okay, the Seahawks were like number 8 in my top 10.
Okay.
I don't know
Well,
what
you're a
what the
Seahawk fan. You have Seattle
Yeah,
plastered on your wall, and
Listen. I'm banking on Gino, right? The defense, we had to stuff up that D line because we can't stop the run for shit. All right, so we got Draymond Jones, who hopefully maybe do something with that, or so at least get some pass rush. And then I mean, like I said, it's all gonna be big on Geno Smith, like you said, most important position in the NFL quarterback. I mean, you can't do anything,
yeah. But
injured.
if the 49ers are on your list, to me, Geno and Brock Purdy are kind of 1 and 2 right now. It's just that Purdy's got more potential because he's younger. Geno's kind of doing this on the back end where if he's great, he's only great for a few more years, and that's it.
I also got it because the Niners have I do love Abraham Lucas and Charles Cross on the Seahawks O line, but
I
the
do like their
interior O
offensive
line
line.
is a bit weak for Seattle. The O line for Niners is just more stronger and it's just a lot more like
So
just stable for Brock
yeah,
Purdy.
No, and I agree with that. But then to me, a little bit weaker doesn't account to not being in the top 10 at all. I agree 49ers are a better team. It's
listen,
just
Matt.
not being in the top 10 at all is to me insane. But I get that. And to me, I think Philly's defense is a little better because honestly, I think Jalen Carter and that 1-2, that punch they have on the interior, they could turn into like the old school Rams where now I'm not comparing Jalen Carter to Aaron Donald, but if you get a pass rush from the interior, that's going to be a nightmare itself. And
So
that's what I think the Eagles will be able to do.
so
And then
Matt.
obviously Chiefs #1 is easy.
So Matt, this was our list before we started fucking around with it. Honestly. Oh no, this was my list before we started combining them. Right, I had 10 was the Lions, 9 was the Jags, 8 was the Seahawks, 7 Chargers, 6 Dolphins, 5 Bills, 4 was the Eagles, 3 was the Niners, and then 2 was the Bengals Chiefs.
So not far off.
The
But
only bias on this was me putting the 49ers over the Eagles.
yeah, no, and I get that. But at the same time, to me, that's where I go. Jets shouldn't belong in there at all. Rodgers, of course, he looks good in preseason. Everybody looks good in preseason. Jake Bobo looks good in preseason. It's just the fact that, like,
Yeah,
to
we gotta
me,
get you on the morning show.
Rodgers has turned into a game manager, and you have no O line. You look at even part of the preseasons he's played, dude. That O line is getting killed, and they have no answers for it except stick more skill positions around him. Like, cool. You have Garrett Wilson. Alan Lazard is not bad. Alan Lazard is not this dominant #2 receiver. Like everybody's going, oh my God, Rodgers is Alan Lazard. Like, cool. Green Bay doesn't have a good receiving core. I wouldn't call Alan Lazard this top guy anywhere. He's tall. He's kind of fast. His hands are eh. Like to me, he's not this dominant two. What you're gonna brag that you have Randall Cobb at 38 years old? That like
He's not gonna play.
okay, you're proving my point. They don't have what I would call this dominant team. Yes, the defense is going to be dominant. You are in a tough division that the Bills, the Dolphins, everybody else in that division is going to score.
Dalvin
You
Cook,
got to put up
Brees Hall.
points. Hmm?
Dalvin Cook, Brees Hall.
Brees Hall coming off an ACL. You can only have one running back at the same time, and if you
So
don't have an O line, if you don't have an O line, what good is a running back?
So time out. So we need to get off this narrative like the Jets don't like the Jets haven't tried to solve the O line or like they haven't put the resources or the money into the O line because they have.
Yeah, and the Steelers stole their top draft pick this past year of who the Jets should have taken at O line.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I 100% agree, right? But Becton, the 6'8" giant that he is looking very very good on the right side. Elijah Vera Tucker, I don't know if he's playing right guard or left guard anymore. I want to say it's still right. The right side of that offensive line, if Vera Tucker's over there, is going to be very, very good. Now, I don't know who the fuck's playing left tackle. Don't ask.
Ooh, so the most important person on the offensive line, you have no idea who's playing. And you have an old 38-year-old Rodgers.
Oh, Dwayne Brown. Dwayne Brown's playing left tackle. My bad.
Who?
All right, don't disrespect Dwayne Brown like that. That dude's been in the NFL forever.
Yeah, and he's not Trent Williams. He's not David Bakhtiari.
Okay, whoa,
Nobody knows who he is.
whoa. Don't bring Bakhtiari into this. Dude hasn't seen a football field in 7 years.
That's true.
And there's only one Trent Williams, okay? There's only one.
I don't see the Jets O-line being good, and if it's not, then that whole team falls apart.
Can we talk about this top 100 list now, please? Because this whole Justin Jefferson being number 2 in the top 100 is really making me mad.
Why?
Because there's no way he's the second best player in the NFL.
I mean, if you're taking positions out of it, why couldn't you make that argument?
Okay, you can't take positions out of it.
Well, this isn't the MVP. This is the top 100.
His entire position is based on someone else.
And his based off somebody else is Kirk Cousins, and yet this dude is still fucking killing it.
Stop. Okay, we're not going to disrespect Kirk Cousins like he's not a good NFL, like he's not a good
Like an
NFL
above
quarterback.
average. No.
You said below average?
I know above average.
Yeah, he's an above average starter, right? If he has all the pieces around him, he's a NFL, he's a Super Bowl winner. Listen, and here's the best. Hold on, let me finish. He's a Super Bowl winner if he has pieces around him. The same way Matt Stafford was a Super Bowl winner when he got pieces around him finally.
Yeah, again, that proved that the rest of the team could carry a quarterback. That's it.
Okay. Well, don't disrespect Matt Stafford like that. Like the dude can't sling the fucking football better than 95%. Well, yeah, now he's old, but like better than 95% of the other people. You know, it's not my fault he got wasted in Detroit for 30 fucking years.
It's not my fault Geno got wasted in the Jets.
To be fair, every quarterback gets wasted in the Jets.
So that's why you can't put the Jets in the top 10.
Oh, no. Different. Rex Ryan's no longer the head coach. I think Rob Saleh is a decent head coach.
Oh, he'll be a good head coach. Ugh. You can't say Rex Ryan. Rex Ryan at least took Mark Sanchez to the AFC Championship game.
No. Rex Ryan got to the AFC Championship game despite Mark Sanchez.
Yeah, you're proving my point. I mean, he's still a good coach. Quarterbacks always have struggled there, and
I'm just saying, like, right? There's no way Justin Jefferson deserves to be number 2.
Who do you put there? What, you put Burrow and go like 1 through 5 as all quarterbacks?
No. I wouldn't say that either.
Where would Jefferson fall for you?
I think he falls just outside top 10. I don't think any. So here's my reasoning behind this. Because just like tight ends, I don't think a tight end should be in the top 20. I mean, you can make an exception for Kelsey, but like this whole Justin Jefferson thing, because they're so reliant on quarterbacks, right? Their entire game is based on quarterbacks. Yes, they have the ability to change a game, but not like I don't know, fucking Aaron Donald. You telling me Aaron Donald shouldn't be higher than him? Nick Bosa, Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons. Oh, again, fine. Micah Parsons is one guy. It still takes the whole scheme around him.
Check this out. I got another fucking big fit about that too, but we'll get there about the edge rusher list as well.
I mean, realistically, on offense, if you start counting O-line, that's different. What's the most important position besides the quarterback? The receivers.
No,
right now, it's a happy league.
Left tackle.
I don't think so.
Left tackle is the most important position in all of football, outside of quarterback. Outside of quarterback.
I don't know.
okay. You're telling me right now, if you put Trent Williams on almost every other team,
Wait,
that entire team doesn't get better.
yeah, you tell me you stick Justin Jefferson on any single team, and that whole entire team doesn't look
No,
better?
Argument.
no. I got you. I got where you're going with this. No, they don't.
Bullshit.
Okay, put Justin Jefferson on the Panthers. The Panthers still look like shit. Put Justin Jefferson. Okay, all right. Put Jefferson.
Honestly,
We
no.
don't really haven't seen what
I,
Bryce Young
I,
does yet. So maybe
I, I think you might do something with that. Whoa, ready? You gave Justin Fields DJ Moore, not Justin Jefferson, DJ Moore. Again, great receiver still.
I
And everybody's all hyped because look, the Bears finally got a receiver.
listen. I don't. I get why everyone's buying this Justin Jefferson
he's
hype. I get it.
Trust me, I'm looking at a team I like that really didn't have a receiver the whole first half of the season. I know what not having a receiver does to your team.
But you're trying to tell me he's the second best player in the NFL?
I'm not against it. Yeah.
No. You're telling me you can't think of five other players that deserve that over him? That impact the game.
Bye.
That impact the game more than he does. Excuse me. Sorry. Oh,
I mean, I think once you get that high up, you could make an argument 2 through 5. Besides Mahomes, 2 through 5 are all interchangeable.
Kevin.
You could make the argument Justin Jefferson, Nick
was it?
Bosa, Joey B, all of them
All
are
right.
kind of
Who?
interchangeable.
All right. Off the top of your head, who's the second best player in the NFL outside of Patrick Mahomes?
Outside of
Outside of,
Patrick Mahomes.
I might have to give it to JJ. Actually,
No.
I,
Oh my
I'm
God! Stop!
Thing is, I'd
Stop!
like if okay, not talking about JJ, but like I'd even put like Trent Williams in like top five for like just impact
You know where they put
well,
Trent Williams on that list? 14.
okay.
14.
Now that's too low. But again, Trent Williams
Are you
is a
telling me?
different beast
Oh.
at left tackle compared to any other left tackle. It's like
Wait.
Travis Kelsey.
Are you telling me that Michael Parsons and Miles Garrett's a better pass rusher than Nick Bosa?
No,
Well, guess what? That list says they are.
I mean
So I'm
you.
tearing apart this list relatively quick. You got the entire list, right, Kevin? Go down.
Yeah.
Let's go. Come on. Who's in the top 10 right now?
All right, the top 10. What do we got? What do we got? Top 10. At 10, we have Chris Jones. 9, we have Micah Parsons. 8, Josh Allen. 7, Tyreek. 6, Joe Burrow. 5, Travis Kelsey. 4, Nick Bosa. 3, Jalen Hurts. 2, Justin Jefferson. 1, Patrick
Oh,
Mahomes.
that's not the right list.
That's not the right list?
No.
Come on.
It's the ESPN top 100.
Wait,
I
that's
heard
not. Wait, ESPN's top 100 or NFL's? Because everybody brags about the NFL top 100.
Oh,
Nobody cares about what ESPN does. Or is it the same list?
I think they were relatively close.
I'm pulling up
Well,
the.
wait, what list was that? Was that NFL top 100?
No,
That was some sharp shit. I don't know. I thought it was
that
the
was
list.
someone else.
Okay.
All right.
I'm on ESPN right now,
I'm on
so
I'm on NFL. So Chris Jones, Michael Parsons, Josh Allen, Tyreek, Burrow, Kelsey. Oh no. So you gave me the NFL list. Jalen
Okay,
Hurts is
then
number three.
stop.
Jalen Hurts is nothing like the
the
third best player in the NFL.
yeah, but I don't know.
I like Joe Burrow personally better, but that's just me.
You're hating on the Eagles right now,
No,
so
no, I'm not. No, I'm
I
not.
saw
No, I'm
them
not.
on your list at 4.
No, that was biased.
See?
To be fair, they both there's it's so close between those two teams. You know, through the all season drafting everything. The only reason I put the Niners above the Eagles is because the Niners have added proven talent as the Eagles drafted unknown talent and how they're going to do. Do I think Jalen Carter's going to be a fucking beast? Yes. Do I think DeAndre Swift is going to do very, very well with the Eagles if healthy? Yes. But with that being said, Um, if I Lane Johnson's the best right tackle, well, guess who's the best left tackle? Trent Williams, and it's not even close.
Oh, again, Trent Williams is a different beast, and Trent Williams is to me like Travis Kelsey. He's on a
But you see, on these lists, you
different number one.
see how much they're disrespecting Trent Williams by putting him not even in the top 10.
No, but I also think Travis Kelsey is not 5 either. So, I mean, obviously there's going to be a little popularity bias.
You
Well,
see
I
how.
guarantee
Hold
Jason Kelsey is good. I guarantee you with their podcast and how much hype is around them, Jason Kelsey's probably in like 15 or 16 right now and
No,
probably shouldn't be that high.
Jason Kelsey belongs on the top 100 list, like in the 50s. You got ESPN top 100?
I'm on ESPN top 100 right now.
Okay, who's in
I
their
don't.
top? Who's in their top 10?
All right, so at 10 I have it's CMC. Is that on your top 10
No,
as well? It's
CMC.
not.
No, he's not. I mean, I did not create a top 10 player list, but if I did, I
No,
would
I'm just
know.
saying like on
No,
your ESPN
no,
list just to make sure I got the right one.
no. I don't know. I'm not on that ESPN list. I got the NFL list up, but go ahead, pull it up.
Okay. All right, so the ESPN one, CMC's at 10. Nick Bosa's at 9.
Yeah, that's too low.
Aaron Donald's at 8. Josh Allen's at 7. Mike Parsons at 6. Jamar Chase is at 5. Burrow's at 4. Hurts is at 3. Jefferson's at 2, and then Mahomes is at 1. That's self-explanatory.
Okay, so this tells you right now that that's a whole just clickbait list for ESPN.
Like, I mean,
Tell me that
like,
those aren't just big popular players, not
I
talent.
know
That's just
I do
Aaron
not
Donald
say
shouldn't
that.
be there at all.
Oh, well, okay, stop it, stop it. Aaron Donald, stop. Okay, like listen. I hate the fucking Rams with the fucking burning passion inside me, like almost as much as I hate the Seahawks. Okay, almost. But Aaron Donald is a fucking top 10 player in the NFL, hands down.
This is based off last year, right? Did he even play last year? Like barely. To me, you're hurt.
Okay.
You're not on that list.
Okay, so hold
Were
on.
you, were you basing this off last year's stats or like just kind of like impact the players had?
I mean, if that's the case, to me,
If
you're
you're getting
talking.
triple teamed every play, what do you expect a player to do? It's not his fault that the rest of the Rams suck too.
I mean, but stats are stats. You got to produce, and I get he's triple teamed or whatever. Hell, he was younger. He was fighting through them. Guess what? He's getting older.
No, he just didn't have.
Uh,
He knew they weren't
I
going to win last
think
year.
this serves as kind of like the impact he's had because I
You,
mean
you got to realize Aaron Donald almost retired when they won the Super Bowl. Aaron Donald is going to retire very, very soon. I think Aaron
I hope
Donald's going to
so.
go out when Stafford goes out too. Like
I hope so
they're
too.
hitting that age that they're done. It happens in the NFL and it happens
He's only like
fast.
30, right? Aaron Donald? He's only like 30. 29?
I thought he was like 34.
No, he's not that old.
He's 32.
Oh, 32, okay. So,
Which for a defensive tackle and the hits he's taken, yeah, I get it. He's a Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of
Oh,
Famer, but
for sure.
it's
unanimous Hall of Fame, okay? Unanimous.
yes. Again, first ballot.
Unanimous.
I fully agree, but it's hitting that time.
Oh, man. I just don't
You
think.
don't see many guys produce
I'm sorry.
that age.
I personally just don't think Justin Jefferson is number two. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just I don't believe in receivers being that.
Well, yeah, you're a 49ers fan.
No, that's not it.
Story of your life.
We have, as a 49ers fan, we've had the greatest receivers in history.
No, the greatest
Yeah,
a long
talking
time
for a
ago.
robot.
I said the greatest a long time ago.
Okay.
Other than that, you don't get to claim To. To's hopped on like 8 different teams.
T.O. also went into the Hall of Fame as a 49er.
Well, yeah, you heard the argument he had in with McNabb and Philly. You think he was in as an Eagle? Yeah,
Get off Wi-Fi, Matt.
he went farther when he was with the Eagles. If I
Nah, I mean, with the top 100 list, I think you have to look at it as just kind of like individual position and then kind of just like the impact they had. I guess like around the league and whatnot. But like I do agree, like Trent Williams definitely, I think he should 100% be. I mean, he's easily the best left tackle in the league, or probably the best O lineman in the whole league as well. You
I
can
don't
make
know.
that
You
argument.
can make an argument for like other positions being as like on the O line, like them being the Trent Williams of that position. Like Lane Johnson is the Trent Williams of the right tackle.
Pretty much it.
Jason Kelsey is the Trent Williams at center.
Center. But I'd argue that
yeah,
Trent Williams had bigger impacts than both those players. That's why I would have him like inside that top 10.
well, yes, and that one I understand. Yes, he's a little low at 14, but again, Travis Kelsey shouldn't be as high as 5. There's little differences I do agree with, but tell me why JJ shouldn't be up there in the top 5.
Because his
I mean, you got what him, Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Hurts. They're all to me almost interchangeable. I'm taking any one on
was
my
Jamar
team
Chase
being better team.
was Jamar Chase even in the top 10? No, right?
Jamar Chase was at 5 with Burrow at 4.
There's no fucking way.
Oh, he's on there. ESPN.
Oh, on ESPN he's on. Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
you're on the NFL, Chris.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
It's the
Oh,
fourth.
and by the way, Matt, NFL had Aaron Donald at 11. Like they also have Josh Jacobs
To
at
me, still
12.
5.
Devontae Adams is at 13. Trent Williams 14. Fred Warner 15. Diggs 16. And Max Crosby 17. That one I agree with. Crosby should be higher on the list than what he was last year, not this
See,
year.
you see the little bit of favoritism towards certain positions, though. Stephon Diggs is not higher than Crosby, Fred
Yeah,
Warner.
no. So Jamar Chase isn't even in NFL's top 10.
Where's Jamar Chase at?
Tyreek Hill's number 7. Jamar Chase is in the top 20. Miles
All right,
Garrett.
now you're getting a little far out.
This is
He's
NFL.com.
probably the number. He's probably the number 2, 3 receiver out there right now.
They have him so far as the 4th one, and I haven't seen him on the list yet.
See that they have a little bit of Tyreek Hill hype.
So 21 Austin Eckler, still no Jamar Chase. 22 AJ Brown, so they have AJ Brown better than Jamar Chase. 23 Sauce Garner, okay, that I get. Roquan Smith, Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's a little high on that list for me, but that's okay. Jair Alexander, TJ Watt, Dexter Lawrence, who's a fucking beast. Nick Chubb, Derwin James.
Wait. What's funny about corners too? You could make the argument if you don't have a pass rush, your corners are no good.
All right, so 31 Saquon, 32 Justin Herbert,
Okay.
33 Matt Judon, the outside linebacker from the Patriots. He's a sack artist. He does pretty well. 34 CD Lamb, still no Jamar Chase.
See, now
35,
they're just hating.
35 C Mac.
There's got to be something wrong with it. There's no way.
36 Jalen Ramsey. 37
Are we sure
Sean.
that Chris didn't?
Yeah, I'm sure I just because I'm about to get to him. 38 Khalil Mack. 39 Jamar Chase.
That's a stretch. That's tough. See, CD Lamb to me, I get the hype, but CD Lamb is not better
He's
than
not
Jamar
better.
Chase.
Yeah.
Austin Eckler, not better than Jamar Chase.
Oh, okay. Time out. Austin Eckler kind of does everything Jamar Chase does and also runs the ball.
I mean, yeah, catching running back. To be halfway decent in the NFL right now, you have to be a pass catching running back.
Have you met Derrick Henry? The dude doesn't know how to catch a pass for his life.
Derrick Henry would be the one exception. And two, Derrick Henry is about to start going downhill soon.
No, he's already started. Okay, he's old.
I was being nice, but again, Derrick Henry is the one exception. Yes, there's an exception to every single rule, but other than Derrick Henry, what running back's not a pass catcher? Hell, C-Mac is pretty much predominantly good because he's a micro receiver.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with that. That take, that's a good take. That's a good take. I mean, he
That's
runs the.
why he's as good as he is.
This is why he's paid the way he's paid. He's good because he's a good running back, but he gets paid like a receiver because he can arguably easily be the number one receiver on a lot of teams.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, Austin Eckler catches the ball. Joe Mixon catches the ball. Dalvin Cook would catch the ball. To be a good running back, you need to be Aaron Jones, huge pass catcher. I don't disagree with JJ.
Okay. Said Kevin, any hot takes today?
I mean, like I said before, like, I mean, I'd definitely move Trent into the top 10
That's not
for
a
sure.
hot take.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm trying to still get the full ES or the full NFL list, but like I'm just not finding it. So just going back to my ESPN one. Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see.
But,
Hot take: Jets finish at least third in division.
I mean,
third in
that's
division.
not a hot take, Matt. That's not a hot take.
So if they finish third in division, they shouldn't be in the top 10.
Time out.
That's also banking on Tua staying healthy for the Dolphins' sake too.
Yeah.
Patriots are getting last for sure, and I think
Yeah, and you know what the worst part is? The Patriots can still have a fucking winning record.
I mean,
think
that's because
think about this.
look.
Wait. Think about this. The entire NFC East could have made the playoffs last season.
Yeah.
So that's 4 of the top 7 teams in a conference from one division.
Well, you know why? Because the NFC South didn't have a team with a winning record.
Well, I can't argue that fact because they did suck. No, Tom Brady played last year. They had a winning record.
No, they were 8-9.
9-8.
8-9. Bucks were 8-9, and then all 3 other teams tied at 7-10.
Look it up.
The whole team had losing record. The whole division. And the NFC North didn't produce a wild card team either. So you're taking.
Yeah, Bucks were 8-9. 7-10.
NFC North didn't produce one? Oh, no, they only had the Vikings.
Yeah, Vikings are the only team that made playoffs.
That's right, because the Lions beat the Packers and kept them out. Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. I remember
That's
watching
okay.
that game,
I needed it to happen. I needed Rodgers to go. Rodgers is not going to be as successful as you think with the Jets.
Question is, do we see him having like a Tom Brady kind of like career switch or a Russell Wilson career switch?
Oh, no. Okay, hold on. He's closer to the Tom Brady than he is
Closer, but here's the other thing. I wouldn't say Tom Brady was completely dead or something when he left New England. Rodgers kind of died last year.
Rodgers isn't dead either.
Not dead. Stop it, Matt.
Yes.
I need you to stop this Aaron Rodgers hate, okay? I get
This is
it.
denial.
He hurt your feelings.
Denial.
He left. He hurt you. I'm sorry. Your own fucking organization did this to Aaron Rodgers. They said, take your time. No. And then he comes out of his... Wait. Time out. Yes, they did. They said, take your time with your decision. This is what they told him before he went to his treatment of darkness bullshit. And then he comes out, and the Packers are like moving on. So he's like, oh, now he wants to play because the fuck he wants to say, fuck you, Brian Gintigers from the GM of the Packers. Fuck you, whoever your, who's their, who's your coach? I forgot his name. Pretty boy,
Before,
pretty boy LaFleur. You know what I'm saying? So now Aaron Rodgers is literally just saying, fuck you to the Packers. And now he's going to come out.
Well,
Wait. Let me finish my tyrant before you just start going on in my rant. Okay. Now he's going to go out, have an MVP like season with arguably better fucking weapons and a better offensive line than the Packers had last year. Because the Packers' offensive line last year was doo doo because everyone was fucking hurt, including LG Jenkins, who could arguably be the best top 10 at any position he decides to play once he finds one. Because he switches every other fucking day. It's like changing socks over there. Okay, Aaron
it's
Rodgers,
hard to guard.
outside dark horse MVP this year. Boom, fuck you.
and I think the whole decline started when Packers drafted Love. I mean, that just kind of sent Rodgers down like a
Oh,
path towards
I,
the end of
I,
his dip, for
I
sure.
know what it did, but you're telling me so he's been doing this petty bullshit for 4 years, and now he's gonna just flip a switch and say, "No, I'm this great, amazing player again." The
Yes.
second time he won the MVP, the very last MVP he had was 2020. I don't think the dude even threw for 4,000 yards. He looked good because he only had like two interceptions.
That's the one where he threw like 40 touchdowns, 2 picks, right?
I think that was the year before. I could be wrong.
What am I looking for, Chase? Sorry, guys. Maria asked me
Are we
to answer.
talking 2021 here?
Yep, that's what it was. 2021.
Okay,
Okay,
so
just
he
over
passed for
4,000 yards.
4,115 yards, 37 and 4.
It's the four picks. That's all it was. It's the fact that he didn't throw any picks. And then you look the very next year, 26 and 12.
Man, you saw it here.
26 shots, 12 picks. You're telling me he's going to
I don't know what you're saying. You sound like a robot. Matt, next time we have you on the show, please be in a place where you actually have good connection. Thanks.
no promises.
Because this is awful. You're welcome. Sorry, guys. Sorry for the yelling. Uh,
I think the situation Rodgers is going into is, I mean, I think he could have that Brady year because the situation is more similar to Brady. You know, he's got kind of weapons all around him, similar to what Brady had when he went to the Bucks. And when Brady went to the Bucks, he also had a top 5 defense at the time when he went to the Bucks. So, I
and
mean,
not a good
he's
offensive line.
yeah, but he had weapons to expand the offense out.
I would uh, Tyler Wirfs that year and ended up being a great lineman.
Tristan Wirfs.
And who do you have? Ryan Jensen? Ryan Jensen
Oh,
was
they
a great
drafted Wirfs
lineman
the
too.
year
He
after.
had a very good line.
Wirfs was the year after, yeah.
I just think the situation Rodgers is going into is more similar to Brady going to the Bucks than Wilson going to the Broncos. That's
I
for sure.
agree. I think it's more of a. But if I had to compare Aaron Rodgers leaving Green Bay, it's more to Matt Stafford than to Tom Brady.
Yeah, because Brady was kind of like on the, you know, last couple of years. Matt Stafford, still had.
No, but I meant like just skill wise, right? I think it's just
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Brady's, skill was like slowly declining, so he just wanted to go somewhere else, right? So, but Matt Stafford and Aaron Rodgers, they both, were still elite. Not, I would argue Stafford was still pretty elite when he left.
Stafford's the only
Yeah, I
quarterback
would.
that's been elite on a losing team for 30 fucking years and never replaced.
Yep.
Stafford?
Yeah, think about it. Think about it. We everyone has said Matt Stafford's the top 10 quarterback in the NFL for 10 plus years, and the dude was on a losing team.
I'm trying to think if there's anybody else. I don't think there is though.
There isn't, dude. Everyone else would have been replaced.
especially for the duration that he was
I
on
can't
high
think of one
school.
that's top 10.
Like the closest one you could probably
Uh,
think of was probably maybe Matt Ryan in the Falcons before Kyle Shanahan was
yeah,
there.
but he was kind of mediocre. Like he was good, but he wasn't. I don't know if you could say he was top 10. He became top 10 after Kyle Shanahan got there and made him a top 10 quarterback. Actually, made him an MVP, but
And then the choke artist in the playoffs. I mean Super Bowl. My bad.
that's as bad as a coaching job as it is Matt Ryan.
Yes, but
That
so just so we're clear, right? I'm kind of glad the Niners lose every year in the NFC Championship because I have Kyle Shanahan as a head coach, and he doesn't. Yes, he likes to run the ball, but he likes to throw the ball a lot too. And I'm scared the 28-point collapse will happen again.
And you guys had a similar sitch with against the Chiefs. You guys had I think you were up 2 scores,
Oh,
right?
okay, yeah, Jimmy G fucking.
I mean, it wasn't as bad as obviously 23. I'm just saying like you're up 2 scores.
No. Yeah, I mean it was, but like if Jimmy G and Emmanuel Sanders would have connected on that one pass, we would have had it. Or when Harbaugh was in the Niners, and Crabtree would have caught that ball in the fucking end zone. Yeah,
Sherman's in no.
I was in Cleveland for that one.
Sorry, that's receiver. That's what I'm saying.
if only. Don't worry. Trust me. I've had to see my own meltdowns with Mike McCarthy up in the NFC
Only,
Championship
yeah.
game 16-0 and then blow it in the fourth quarter. Russell Wilson threw 5 picks and somehow Green Bay lost the game.
Dude.
Oh,
So you know
that
what?
was in the 2014,
Hold on.
2015.
So I got a question. Since we're talking about Aaron Rodgers. If the Jets make the Super Bowl against the 49ers, does Aaron Rodgers even stand a chance? Because he can never beat the Niners.
No, because
They'll
I don't
they'll
think the Jets O
practice
line
him.
will last.
It's fair too.
But
Against
I
Nick
mean, like
Bosa,
Aaron
to be tough.
Rodgers just sucks against the 49ers for some reason.
No, he doesn't. It's the defense.
It's Aaron Rodgers.
Well, you name running
No clue. No clue what you're saying right
100
now. You
yards
sound like a
and they
robot.
threw 5.
I'm about to mute him because he sounds like a robot.
He's just frozen on my screen right now.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
Literally every single time Green Bay has lost, it's because 49ers run all over them. Whether it's Colin Kaepernick, whether it's whatever Elijah Mitchell mixed running back scheme you guys had, literally it's defense, and you guys ran the ball down Green Bay's throat. Green Bay has never played well against a good run defense or a good defense in the playoffs, especially a team that can run the ball against them. Never. There's not one time they beat a hard nosed running playoff team in the playoffs. They don't. Green Bay has never stopped the run in probably like 15 years.
It's just that's the 49ers kind of just
That's what we're good at.
deadly
So
strategies.
it's the biggest matchup problem in the world.
I will say this: 49ers do turn out good running backs every year since
They'll
Frank
stack up
Gore.
on them too.
Well, even
They'll
before
stack
Frank
up
Gore.
on them.
Because look, they went from Garrison Hurst to Kevin Barlow. Kevin Barlow was a good running back for a long time. Not Hall of Fame, but good starter. And then they went to Frank Gore, who is a bona fide Hall of Famer. Bona fide Hall of Famer, Matt. You hear me? Bona fide. And then who do we have? Mostert and Jeff Wilson and
Elijah
they're all
Mitchell.
good. Elijah Mitchell, C Mac. Hey Matt, you need to drop Jeff Wilson Jr. He's on the IR for 4 weeks.
Yeah, no, I'm fully aware of that. But then again, I got Pacheco to take his starting spot. So you didn't want him or anything, right?
You took him like 2 picks before me, you fuck.
Hmm?
It was actually 2 picks after me. I thought I was gonna be able to wait another round.
Oh, I know. Oh, we were talking, and I told you I was about to take him.
He
And I
did.
knew,
He
as
did.
mad as you were,
He said it
that you were going
after
to
I
take him with
picked.
your next pick.
He said it after I picked. Though, like if you would have said it before, like no, I would
Um,
have taken him. I forgot who I drafted, but it was somebody I needed. So
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't realize he was still on the board until after you picked, and I'm sitting there just scrolling through, looking. I'm going, huh? He's still on the board. Nobody's picked him. Oh well.
oh well.
oh well, fuck you.
I was gonna say I still have Miles Sanders, Najee Harris. Trust me, I got running backs up the
You don't
wazoo.
think
I'm not worried
Sanders?
about Jeff Wilson.
You don't have Najee
Okay.
Harris.
Oh, nope. Sorry, wrong draft.
I
Different
have
league.
I have Najee Harris.
I
You
got
fuck.
Damian.
Yeah. Oh, hold on, I gotta sign in again.
Damian Pierce. That's the other running back I got.
I'm not
Or is
doing
it
it.
Damon?
It's David.
It is Damien.
No, it's David.
No, it's Damien. I
No,
just
it's not.
looked.
All right, so hey, I want you to tell me who has a better team, Kevin. Okay. All right, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you our team, not in the order we drafted them, because that has no merit. Holy shit, 100 more
As I
points
had
for
picked
you.
11.
I'd pick 6. So, but that's not the point, man. So this is just. I'll tell you my entire roster. We run a 3 wide receiver league and 1 flex, along with 2 running backs. So I have Jared Goff, Derrick Henry, Najee Harris, Tyreek Hill, Drake London, Christian Watson, Juwan Johnson, DeAndre Swift, Jake Elliott, 49ers defense, Tua, Dalvin Cook, Brian Robinson, Brandon Ayuk, Darnell Mooney, Justin Ross from the Chiefs. That's my sleeper pick. Darius Slayton from the Giants, and Sam Laporta, tight end from the Lions.
I'm like a 4-man lead? What the fuck? That's just stacked.
No, we're in a 12-man league.
Oh my god, how'd you get that in 12 man? Holy.
Matt, what's your team name?
Flea market.
All right, this is his team, right? Daniel Jones, Damian Pierce, Isaiah Pacheco, Christian Kirk, Terry McLaurin, CeeDee Lamb, Travis Kelsey, Miles Sanders, Jake Moody, Jaguars defense, Jordan Love, Deontay Foreman, running back from the Bears, Jeff Wilson, Romeo Dobbs, Jonathan Mingo, George Pickens, who I really like, uh, MBS, and Dalton Kincaid.
Nah, Torch, you definitely have the better lineup for sure.
Bro, the worst part is I don't have the best lineup in fantasy.
Oh shit, who's got the
Not at
best
all.
lineup?
I mean, this one's a good one. Joe Burrow, Alexander Matheson, Troy Pollard, Cooper Cup, Juju Smith-Schuster, Alan Lazard, Kyle Pitts, Rashad White. Oh, I lied. That one's not a good lineup at all. Now, who has the best lineup?
Uh, Gallo. He's got Trevor Lawrence,
Okay,
Aaron Jones,
I'm looking for him.
Javante Williams, Gabe Davis, Justin Jefferson, St. Brown, Evan Ingram, Mozart's his flex, Seattle's defense, and Seattle's kicker.
Oh
He's
boy.
got Purdy on the bench, Jackson for Deion Jackson for Indy, Rashad Penny, OBJ, Michael Gallup, Zay Jones, Dalton Knox, and then the Jets defense on his bench. That's the best roster.
No, it's not the best roster.
Pretty good roster though. Pretty
It's
fucking
Yes, it is.
a really good roster. No, you got Fields. Oh no, that one was predicted to go 0 and 14 in our league.
good.
Yeah, yeah. So this is the 0 and 14 roster from our league, right? According to NFL.com, Justin Fields, Bijan Robinson, Jamar Gibbs, DJ Moore, Calvin Ridley, Deontay Johnson, tight end Greg Doltridge from the Broncos, Brandon Cooks, Koo is the kicker, Cowboys defense, Kirk Cousins, Kareem Hunt, who's not even on the team yet, Elijah Mitchell, Zach Moss, Jamal Williams, Sky Moore, Jamison Williams, Jake Ferguson.
There's no reason that should be the 0-14 team. There's no reason. That team's actually like you have I think it was the best fantasy quarterback here, Justin Fields, Bijan Robinson, who's going into a run heavy offense, whose O line had I think it was the highest PFF blocking rating. All right, you got Jameer Gibbs, who's going into the Lions offense, who's gonna most likely be a stud. I mean, they kind of fumbled the bag with Swift. They didn't really use him that much, but DJ Moore, I mean, him in preseason looked like he always tries to extend the play. I mean, really good lineup.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad team, but it's not. This is a good roster.
I
Herbert,
wouldn't say
Eckler,
dominant.
Waller, Lockett, Thomas, Michael Thomas, Debo Samuel. He has four number one receivers if you put DK Metcalf as number two, depending on how you look at Lockett Metcalf. Mark Andrews, David Montgomery, Greg Joseph, Eagles defense, Derek Carr, Dak Prescott. I don't like this Edward Talar pick at all, but Josh Palmer, Peoples Jones, Curtis Samuel, Cortland Sutton, and then Pat Fryer. That's a good roster, man. I don't care.
Yeah. The only problem I have with like Lockett and DK is like, if you have them both in fantasy, you're basically tossing a coin every week to see who's gonna basically have the more dominant
Oh,
week.
so
Oh, he's
I've always stayed away from DK. I've always leaned towards Lockett because Lockett just has big play potential.
And Lockett, I mean, I know I've had him before. Like he'll drop like 3 touchdown games one time, and then literally have like 2 catches the next game. It's like, come on, man! Like what's going on? But that's just kind of like how
Oh,
I
this is a good
see
roster too with Jalen Hurts, Joe Mixon, Josh Jacobs, Stephon Diggs, Mike Williams, Michael Pittman, Dallas Goddard. I don't like McCole Hardman. Harrison Butler, Saints defense. I don't really like that one either.
see. I'm not a fan of this roster.
I don't like his bench at all.
I, I'm not. So you're taking a chance with both Mixon and Jacobs with not working in the preseason. There's a very good habit
I
of
think Mixon's
them
injured.
not. I mean, Josh Jacobs already said he's not coming back to Raiders, right? Or did he change his mind?
Josh Jacobs just signed a 1 year deal with the Raiders.
When did that happen?
2 weeks ago. 12.9 million.
Oh, again, so he
hard to
wasn't in camp all at all until the last 2 weeks. That scares me because when
Man,
running backs do that, they come back and they tend to get hurt.
man, I'm projected to lose week 1, and I feel like my roster is better than his. Lamar Jackson, Ramondre Stevenson, James Cook, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. Oh, that's a fucking terrible thing to do. Stack two receivers with a iffy quarterback. Jamar Chase, George Kittle, Devontae Parker, Justin Tucker, Packers defense, C.J. Stroud, Chase Edmonds, Damian Harris, Chuba Hubbard, Devin Singletary, Paris Campbell, Rondell Moore, Tyler Higbee. I feel like I have the best top to bottom roster in the thing, but I don't really have big names. Like I mean, I have big names. I don't have big names.
a lot of guys that could have like massive potential, like Justin Ross, I guess.
See, you have some guys that are, I think, at receiver going to be hit and miss.
Yeah, who's talking about? Christian Watson and
And Drake London. To me, I had him. I had Drake London last year, and I like
right.
Christian Watson.
You had Drake London when Marcus Mariota was the quarterback. If you look when Desmond Ritter took over, Drake London was a top 10 wide receiver in fantasy.
He was good. I still, again, we'll see what Desmond Ritter does.
I'm
Let's see. He had one really good game at the end of the year. The last 3 games, he had 4 touchdowns. That's what is making his stats look a lot better than they actually were. Five
so
catches, 6 catches,
right.
7 catches, 7 catches.
So yeah, Ritter took over. Oh, Ritter played the last 5 games because he played against the Steelers. So look at his
He played
targets.
against the Steelers.
Yeah. So look at his targets, right? Look at Drake London's targets from when Kenny Pickett took over. 12, 11, 9, 8, 8.
Again, look at who the running backs were back then too. I mean, you're talking Tyler Allegrina or however you say his last
He's
name,
Algier.
Algier, yeah.
Algier,
Fucking
Oh,
and then he was still rotating. I don't know. They didn't really have a great running back situation then either. You just drafted Bijan. Now you're going to tell me Drake London's going to go off? Like they're both not. Both of them aren't going to have these
Why,
1,500-yard years.
why can't a running back and a wide receiver coexist into both having good years, Matt?
Because when's the last time you've seen that happen?
Last year with the 49ers. Brandon Ayuk had 1,000 yards and McCaffrey had 1,000 yards.
Again, how many of McCaffrey's 1,000 yards was receiving?
No, he had 1,000 yards rushing. He had 700 yards receiving.
Oh,
So
I
fuck
think
out of
that's a
here.
little different. 1,000 yards is not this amazing thing anymore. And again, you are talking about a run-heavy team.
Right.
I
With two other primary weapons in George Kittle and Debo Samuel.
I mean, Kittle was hurt most of last year.
Oh my god, Kittle's hurt every year. What's the difference? That's why I don't draft him. That's why I don't draft him in fantasy.
So I don't know. I think if Bijan's really going to be this big superstar stud, again, Bijan went number 1 overall this year in our draft. So
Bijan
Uh,
one.
yeah. Bijan Robinson went number one.
Bijan really, if Bijan really pulls off like 1,200 yards rushing, even 1,300 yards rushing, not to mention they're trying to make Bijan play in the slot too, kind of
Be
like
Yeah,
they're
he
trying to
runs
do with
wide
Jameer
receiver.
Gibbs.
so Kevin, to be fair, our fantasy top, I'll probably top 12. I don't know if it was his exact order, but it's really fucking close. It went Bijan Robinson 1, Austin Eckler 2, Justin Jefferson 3, Jamar Chase 4, Christian McCaffrey 5. I was pissed off.
Oh, because you were 6, right?
And that's
Yeah,
Yep.
listen. And
that's
I
bad.
kept telling people, I was like, I think he falls. I think he fucking falls. No. And then
All right,
I got Tyreek Hill at 6.
that's a good pick.
And then I don't know who went 7, 8. Matt, you know
All
who went
right.
7 and 8?
Uh, Saint, no, Saint Brown might have. Devontae didn't. I don't remember. All I know is I ended up getting Travis Kelce.
I'm looking it up.
All right, guys, I
See,
need
you
some.
have guys that could go hit or miss. Derrick Henry, if Derrick Henry falls off, then what?
Matt, I got 5 running backs. Do you think I give a fuck if Derrick Henry doesn't put up fucking points? I got 5 starting
Okay,
running backs.
he's got backups for the backups. He's got backups
I
for the
got five
backups.
starting running backs. Legitimately starting running backs.
I mean, I know you do. Swift won't stay healthy.
And if he doesn't, I got Brian Robinson. Who cares?
Jawan Johnston. Oh, I love your Brian Robinson pick. I think he's actually going to be the true number 1. I know they're splitting 50-50 right now. I don't think that's going to last. Jawan Johnston, they're talking. I mean, Jimmy Graham's getting a lot of reps there. I'm just saying. I know
Jimmy
he's not going to
Graham
be a
is
starter,
not
but
number 1, Matt.
He's just there. So
Did he
you
even
never
did
know.
he make the final 53?
hmm?
Yeah.
No
Pretty
way
sure he
fucking
did.
Jimmy Graham made the final fucking 53. Did he really?
Yes.
No fucking way.
There's no way he didn't. Christian Watson
Yep.
could be good, but we don't know what offense is going on.
I think Jordan Love and him are gonna have a beautiful connection this year, and Christian Watson explodes for 1,500 yards.
Well, yeah, you want that because he's on your fantasy team. Derrick Henry could miss. Tyreek Hill and Najee Harris are both going to do what they do. Drake London, I don't know. Hit or miss. Jared Goff should be decent.
That's a guess. Good QB. That fancy QB.
I secretly low key like Daniel Jones, and because
Oh,
Daniel Jones is not a great quarterback, but he low key produces so many points because he produces so many rushing yards for a quarterback. And nobody pays attention to him. He'll put up like 600 or 700 yards rushing.
It's gonna get like modified or deducted by like the 8 interceptions, 9 interceptions he throws.
Yeah, I know. Like, man, you took a big swing with DJ there, okay? And listen, I'm in the New York area, okay? I get all the Danny Dimes news.
No, I'm not even saying he's a great quarterback, but again, interceptions don't hurt you as much in fantasy as they actually do in the NFL.
That's right.
So I don't care if because of how many rushing yards. A quarterback that can rush in fantasy football means more than passing. Because again, if you put up 50 rushing yards, that's guaranteed 5 points.
Listen,
You
listen,
get more points for rushing yards than you do passing.
listen. Check this out. Check this out. I will take my guaranteed 20 points a game from fucking Jared Goff. Then I will fucking 60 points every other week from Daniel Jones. And by every other week, I mean like every other 3, 4 fucking weeks when he decides to have a good game. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll take the average 20 compared to the 15, 19, 60, 11.
He had two really bad weeks last year. That's it. Let's see. He had weeks of 47 points, 32 points, 35, 37, 41, 32. Like, and they're not even very good, but it's his rushing yards.
Like I'm looking at Fields, trying to get Fields or
Like, he,
something for
What
that.
pick do you have?
look, he put
Huh?
up 41 points against the
Is it a number one
Jags
pick?
because he had 107 yards rushing.
Is it a PPR league?
Huh?
Is it a PPR league or no?
I believe it's just standard PPR. Yeah,
C Max the number one pick then.
that's what I was leaning towards. Yeah, I know. The Yahoo analysts want me to take Jefferson. I'm like, I'm taking C-Mac,
Well,
bro.
so
Like,
so even in our league, it says Justin Jefferson was the number one rated player. It had C Mac at number 7.
yeah, that's what it had for me. I'm like, what the fuck? That's why.
For
But like
some
Kelsey
stupid
was
reason,
crazy.
CD Lamb was actually the highest rated receiver. I
Oh,
don't know why.
for the AR, for the
What?
AR. Yeah,
Oh,
so they have the like advanced rankings for the NFL that you could buy and whatnot. I don't think any of us actually buy it, but it tells you the rankings on there anyway. Um, and it had CD Lamb as number one.
Which was
it's like
dumb.
it's like having CD
All right,
Lamb over Jamar
I
Chase
gotta
over.
go, guys. I got a crying baby inside.
Hey,
Hey,
thanks
hey,
for
hey,
stopping by, man.
Matt, 2K, right? When's it coming out?
Friday, right? Isn't it?
I don't, dude. You tell me.
It's this week. I know that. I thought it was September 8th.
So Sunday I can't play at all because it's me and Maria are going out for our anniversary. 5 years and some change. No, I'm just kidding. 5 years. Um,
Now, a long time.
yeah, September 8th. So Matt, are you good to go? You already bought it?
I'll just about
I'll text you later, Matt.
no. That's I.
Mr. Roboto. Mr. Roboto.
I wasn't really expecting him to stay the entire time, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it was good conversation we were having and stuff. Conversation.
I still think
I
Aaron
mean,
Rodgers wins MVP, but that's okay.
yeah, I mean, I definitely think he's a dark horse for that, for sure. I think he's gonna have a great year in New York. I wonder how. Do you think Wilson's gonna improve at all? Second year with Denver.
I think no, and here's why. I got a theory behind this.
Oh, he's got the other
I
year.
I don't think Sean Payton likes Russell Wilson. So Sean Payton's going to give Russell Wilson this year. Like, listen,
Jared Stidham.
play fucking good or you're gone next year. If I'm the Denver Broncos, I'm fucking tanking. Caleb Williams is going to be the number one fucking pick, or even Drake May, depending on who's there. But yeah, I'm going for fucking Caleb Williams.
I think the Cardinals are gonna be tanking for them too. So let's see who's gonna have the
Yeah,
worst record.
I I think Pete Carroll moved on because he knew Russell Wilson was on a decline, and he was covering up a lot of the shit in that offense
Yeah, I'm.
that he
Oh,
didn't do well. And Nathaniel Hackett's like, well, in my offense, you have to do all these things.
yeah, I remember. I remember when Wilson left. Literally, like the week leading up to the Seahawks Broncos game, he had all these like former like Legion of Boom members coming back and stuff, and stuff started resurfacing where like you know no one really liked Russell, pretty
Yeah,
much like. So like and then you have like literally like these past like camp and like off season when Cliff Averill, Michael Bennett coming in and teach like the D line and whatnot. So like this never happened before because we had Russell Wilson. There's no one liked him. I was like, that's coming out now, and it's like just so interesting to hear
well,
about
it
and
came
stuff.
out in Denver too. Like Denver, like he had to have his own room, he had to have his own office, his own parking space, all of this stuff that shouldn't have fucking mattered, but it did. What are you doing? Yeah, I saw. You're lucky the camera's not facing that way. You're a dork. Hurry up, we gotta leave in 45. You have to drop me off and we have to get gas. You get off before I do. The fact that we only have one car at the moment. We have two cars,
That's wrong.
but my other car's sitting in the back.
Gotcha.
But
Gotcha.
oh,
Well,
you don't have class today, huh?
no, no, I am working at noon though my time. So unfortunately, when I scheduled my work, I completely forgot about my draft. So I gotta
You're
go
good.
on Yahoo. I gotta go on Yahoo after and like preset who I want to take at one because otherwise it's gonna give me Jefferson. So I gotta go on Yahoo. Like
Oh, your draft's
uh,
today.
yeah, it's today at 5.
Do.
Thing is though, since it's Labor Day though, I may get let off early if we're like not busy because I work at a movie theater, so I may get let off like early if it's not busy. I'm like, dude,
I,
hopefully. Like,
is your manager cool?
he's a pretty cool guy. I think I'm like fairly new like there, so
So, guys, listen. Like, hey, so, sir, I know I just need like 30 minutes for my draft. I'll clock out if I have to, but can I get these 30 minutes? He probably plays fantasy football. He'll probably allow it. You like
nah.
listen. I had this draft was scheduled before I started working here. I don't know when you started working there, so I'm assuming it's relatively new. But if not, then Hey, so since you work at a movie theater, is Gran Turismo good?
I haven't seen it yet. I really want to though. I really things I missed seeing it in like the IMAX equivalent where I work. Dude, I wanted to see it in like IMAX and stuff because like dude, it's a racing like that in IMAX. You get the full immersion. And thing is too, once I see it, I think I'm gonna feel tempted to get like a full like just racing, wheel set, like the wheel.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm gonna get tempted.
we're gonna go watch it this weekend because we were supposed to watch it last weekend, but we both got stuck working, so we didn't go.
Very
And
good.
then
Bird's very good.
Wednesday. Hold on. Hey, what time you work on Wednesday? Because that dictates what time we will have to. I mean, it'll probably still be the same time. It just depends on where I'm going to do it from.
Okay. We got 6 minutes left. Do you want to kind of go over just week one schedule real
Oh
quick? I
yeah, yeah,
mean,
yeah. Go ahead, give me some
we could
games.
talk about.
Throw out the
We
games.
could talk about.
I'll tell you who wins and loses.
All right. So starting off Thursday, we got Lions at Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Kansas City, yeah, I got that too. All right, so Sunday the noon games we got Panthers
Oh,
visiting Atlanta.
what's up, babe? Wednesday. All right, cool. Hey, so Wednesday will be like we're gonna cut 30 minutes off, or we can start 30 minutes
Okay.
sooner. Because only I gotta take her to work.
All right, yeah, just make sure just toss that in the schedule thing, just so I remember. Yeah, sweet. But
Next game.
so noon games we got Carolina visiting Atlanta. I got
I'm
Carolina
taking
winning that
Atlanta. I'm
game.
taking Atlanta by 10.
Taking Atlanta.
By 10.
Hmm?
Atlanta by 10.
Atlanta by 10. Actually. Next game we got Houston visiting Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Baltimore, yep. Next game we got Cincinnati visiting Cleveland. I got Cleveland
Cleveland.
taking that just because Burrow's 1-4 against the Browns. It's like his
You
kryptonite.
know what? You
So
know what? I take that back. I'm gonna go Joey B. No, no, I'm going Cleveland. I'm going Cleveland. Cleveland.
he was. Next we got Jacksonville visiting Indianapolis.
I'm taking
Take it.
Anthony Richardson.
You're taking, dude. I don't know. I really like T Law with Calvin Ridley coming back.
Anthony
That's gonna be nice.
Richardson runs for 200 yards.
One's for 200.
Yeah,
That's a hot take right there. That's a clip. That's a clip right there.
I'm taking it.
Torchy, hot take for week 1. All right, that's perfect. All right, next we got Tampa Bay at Minnesota.
Minnesota.
I'm gonna go Minnesota there
Baker
too.
Mayfield's
Tampa
a
Bay. They need a quarterback.
Baker Mayfield's a starting quarterback in the NFL, but only on bad teams. Let's go.
All right, next we have Tennessee visiting New Orleans.
Tennessee.
Like, I got New Orleans going
Okay.
there. I think
And I'll
I
tell
know
you why.
Michael Thomas is. Oh, is that?
I'll tell you why I have Tennessee. Derrick Henry, 200 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Yo, it's another clip. Hey man, you got hot takes
But
too.
Michael Thomas is Michael Thomas playing?
I believe he's playing.
Ooh, okay, hold on.
Yeah, Michael Thomas,
Week 1
Christian
Michael Thomas.
Olave, Kamara. I know
Kamara's
Derek
out.
Carr.
Kamara's out.
Kamara's out. Oh
Yeah.
shit. Okay,
But Michael Thomas in week 1 is pretty fucking unstoppable.
dude. If he
It's the
doesn't
only week he
hurt his
plays.
toe,
It's the
he might
only
be
week
good.
he plays. So,
100 yards, 2 touchdowns on the Titans defense.
how many?
100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Michael
Nah,
Thomas.
Trey Avery keeps him to 4 catches, 37 yards. Boom. Clip it. Trey Avery. I said Trey Avery.
All right. All right. Next we got Frisco visiting Pittsburgh. Frisco.
Oh man, I don't know, man. Pittsburgh's a hard place to play. Listen, I am a 49er fan, but Pittsburgh's a hard place to play. With that being said, I'm taking San Francisco by 30.
Yeah, it's a hard place to play. By 30.
No, it's
All
gonna be a
right.
good game. It's gonna be a good game. Depends on how well Kenny Pickett plays.
Next, we got Arizona visiting Washington to play the
Washington.
Commanders in Washington. I think Sam Howell's been pretty good this year. I think
Uh,
he's been really connection with Terry McLaurin.
everyone says he's really fucking good.
I know he played. I think it was the last week last year for the Commanders, and I mean it wasn't like he had like a phenomenal game, but he like showed like a lot more potential than like Carson Wentz, like like on the Commanders and stuff. So
We're talking
I
about
know,
Carson
I
Wentz
know
doesn't have a job.
that that is shot. I know he's actually came out and he's like, yeah, I'm fine with being a backup. He's fully embraced that rule now. Next we got Green Bay visiting Chicago to play the Bears.
In
Taking
Chicago, so it's in Chicago.
in Chicago, taking the Bears.
I'm taking the Bears by 3.
Bears by 3.
Overtime.
All right. All right. Yeah, I think Fields and Moore is going to be a good
I just
connection. I hope Fields throws the ball a bit farther though than what we saw in the fucking preseason. He had like 4 total air yards. Shit was shit
hey,
was so embarrassing.
3 for 3, 129 yards, 3 touchdowns.
That stat was so dude. I,
Hey,
I saw that and I was like, oh my god, no way. I look at the fucking replay. He has like a -2 yard pass that fucking got
yeah,
took 98
yeah.
yards. He had like a 3 yard check down. I'm like, bro, what am I watching? It
Justin
reminded.
Fields. Justin Fields' new offense. Okay, next.
It really, alright. Next we got Las Vegas visiting Denver to take on the Broncos.
Vegas.
I'm taking the Broncos
I'm
on this
taking
one.
Jimmy G, Devontae Adams, Josh Jacobs over fucking Rumpelstiltskin. Okay.
I will see. We'll see. I still like the Broncos defense a lot. I think it's
Jerry
gonna.
Judy's out, right?
I believe Jerry Judy's
Oh
out.
yeah,
It's gonna be.
I'm taking Jimmy G then. Let's go.
All right. Next we got Miami's visiting San Diego to play the Chargers or Not San Diego Chargers, Los Angeles Chargers. I'm sure.
I knew what you meant. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I think they belong in San Diego too. Oof. All right,
Listen,
all right.
this
So
is
so
this
check
is
this out. Check this out.
unconcussed. This is unconcussed.
I have a prediction. Um, Chargers are gonna win, but the Dolphins are the real winners, and this is why. Tua doesn't get hit, throws for 4 touchdowns. They still lose because I think Justin Herbert just beats Tua, and that defense is a little bit okay. I take it back. Tua comes out of week 1 uninjured and throws for 2 touchdowns, no picks. Tyreek Hill, 150 yards.
I got Dolphins winning by 10 against the
What?
Chargers.
It's
Yes,
wait. Is it in Miami or in LA?
this is in LA. This is
Nah,
in
I'm taking the
LA
fucking
at
Chargers.
SoFi. At SoFi.
Nope. Okay, next.
Next we got Philadelphia visiting New England to play the Patriots.
You know what?
Got the Eagles.
I'm gonna take Mac Jones.
You're taking Mac
I'm taking
Jones.
that. Bill O'Brien's back in New England. Dolphins coordinator. Alabama Mac is back.
I'm still taking Eagles. I don't know about that.
That's fine.
I'm taking Eagles by 14 on that one, bro. The Patriots, I think they'll probably be like a 6-7 win team at max.
Wow,
I don't
really?
they're not gonna be that good. They're not gonna be that good.
I
They got
guess we
some young
I guess
studs,
we
but
could have done predict. Maybe we'll do that on Friday. Even though it'll be after the week. After KC plays. But maybe we go through the teams. After we do our college lineup, um, and we'll dictate records for certain teams.
we can do one of those like season thing where you just like pick who wins and just keeps on like adding on and
Yeah,
whatnot. You do it each week. Yeah. Next we got the LA Rams going to Lumen Field to play the Seahawks.
Seahawks.
I got Seattle. Cooper Cups, he's
He's out.
probably not
He's
gonna
out.
play.
Yeah, he's out.
Jamal Adams is not gonna play, so I mean they really don't got nobody to
Yeah.
throw to on the offense
Listen,
side.
listen, listen. Seahawks by 20.
Seattle's by 20.
Yep.
Alright. Right there. Yeah, there's it. Alright. Next we got Dallas Cowboys visiting New York to play the Giants.
Giants win in New York.
I'm taking Danny. Danny Jones.
I
Putting the
think
love Nick.
this is Dak Prescott's final year as a starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm thinking either sometime within this year or after this year, Trey Lance will probably get moved to starting and get like his chance to start. You know what I
I
mean?
think Mike McCarthy gets fired after this year. Dak Prescott is gone. Trey Lance is the starter next year. Hot take, by the way. A lot of people
I'll
don't
take.
disagree with that.
All right, final game Monday. We have the Buffalo Bills visiting New York to play the Jets.
Monday night.
Monday night.
That's the only game on Monday.
Bills. That's the only game Monday.
Uh,
Bills pass rush. They don't.
they have a great pass rush with the.
They
Wait.
got.
Is
They
Von
have
Miller back?
Von.
Is
I
Von Miller back?
don't know if he's back. I was just thinking. Oh no.
If Von Miller's back, I'm taking them, but he's not back.
Mm. Nope. They won't have to face him.
All right, I'm still taking them.
He's on the pup list.
All right, then I'm gonna take.
I'm taking the Jets.
Yeah, it's in New York. It's Aaron Rodgers opening day. Yeah, I'm taking the Jets.
A lot of hype around the thing. I think it's just.
I won't be surprised though if the Bills win.
Yeah, man. Thing is, just got that good secondary and a good pass rush. So I mean, it's
They
definitely gonna
they have
put some.
it's arguably the deepest pass rush in the league. They have Bryce Huff, Jermaine Johnson, Will McDonald. Uh, yeah, they got
Maybe dollars.
the
Yeah.
deep pass rush. Oh, Quentin Williams.
Quentin Williams, he's a fucking beast. He's probably the next like Aaron, like the closest to like next Aaron Donald,
I say
probably.
he's closer
My
to Chris
opinion.
Jones. I don't think
Close
we'll
to
ever
Chris
see.
Jones.
I don't think we'll ever see another Aaron Donald for at least another 10, 15 years. Um, with just the dominance, sheer dominance he had. But Quentin Williams, Chris Jones, I could see.
That is the final game.
Did you write all those down? Or oh, okay.
And then, huh?
Uh, hold on.
We'll have it clipped. We'll have it recorded. Don't worry. And we'll see how,
Actually, I'm trying to make
and we'll
sure this
see
is
how,
recorded.
and we'll see how, listen, and we'll see how, listen, and what's, comes a public video, right? After
I'm checking.
ends. Oh, okay. So that way I can just pull, with the VOD, so then upload that, and then,
We're gonna find out, dude. Let's hope so. Because
okay, I'm gonna switch it real quick. Hold
because
on.
I didn't record it at all. Oh, it is pretty good. 2 hours. This goes like an hour and a half on it.
So I think, Twitch, or not Twitch, Kick, I think it automatically saves it.
Okay. Well, we're gonna
I think it's automatically on, and if you want it off, you have to turn it off.
Yeah, I don't see where like I'm in the creator dashboard. I don't see it. I appreciate the viewers and everything. Thank you guys for stopping by today, listening to us talk about sports and whatnot, especially NFL and college football. You guys missed a lot of cool stuff. So if you guys are just now tuning in, as we are about to get off and end this
Yep.
today. But appreciate you guys. Have a good one. See you guys Wednesday, same time. Well, maybe 30 minutes sooner, like 8:30
But 30 minutes.
to 10:30 instead of what it is today.
Uh,
Um, have a good day, man, and I hope your Seahawks is set for life.
Oh wow, thanks, man. I appreciate the little boost.
Good luck on your
Uh,
draft today, though. Good luck on your draft. Hopefully,
yeah,
your draft turns out
yeah.
the way mine did.
I mean, if anything, I just want that number one pick to be who I want, because I don't want to get auto draft with someone that I didn't want, and then because the thing is, like, if you go wide receiver, you gotta double down on running back. If you go running back, you gotta double down on the wide
No, no.
receiver.
So here's what I did, right? And this is usually my draft strategy. Um, it just happened to work out like there was no running back at 6 that I wanted. Bijan was gone, Eckler was gone, C-Mac was gone. So I was like, oh, then
Dude,
I'll take
yeah.
so then I'll take Tyreek Hill at 6. Okay, it came back around. I took Derrick Henry. Came back around again. I took Najee Harris.
So you just stack five running backs, you know?
So
Is that the strategy?
so like that's just the way it worked out, right, for me. And then like it was round 4. I was like, fuck, dude, Drake London's kind of good. I'm expecting big things. So like yes, the way it sounds like oh you stacked, it was not the way it was supposed to go. Because then I got Swift round 5, and yeah, and then I took Christian Watson and then Brandon Ayuk. So like, and then Brian Robinson. I stacked wide receivers and running backs first, and then I finally took a quarterback like round 12, and I got Tua.
I'm gonna get stuck with like Zach Wilson or something.
Bro, that's 32
Nah,
people. 32. How many people's in your league?
nah, it's just only 12. I should get a starter run. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'm just
Jesus,
joking.
bro, just get Jared Goff. He'll be fine. No one wants him anyway.
Dude, I'll probably be looking for someone like that. Yeah, I mean, I'll try and see if I can get Fields though again, because I had him late last year. Dude's a fucking
You
beast.
might be able to get him into round 2, but you won't get him round 3. Oh yeah, you will because you have the number 1 pick in round 3. So yeah, whoever
Yeah,
you want. Yeah. All right, guys.
so I'll get that. I'll get that back to back pick, which would be nice.
Yeah. Well, let me know.
So if I
See
just
you
try
guys
to like
Wednesday.
schedule my first three picks, I'll be fine.
Yeah, it's McCaffrey 1. McCaffrey 1. All right, guys. Talk to you guys later. See you guys Wednesday.